Okay, Listen to podcast. I think this is number 13. Yeah, because Monday was Baker's Dozen.
Lucky 13.
Lucky 13. And no Kyle today. He has other stuff going on, so he couldn't make it. However, we have JM.
That's right.
Jared here.
Big fan.
Yeah, big fan. You're also
long-time listener.
Long-time listener. I don't even know how long we've been doing this now. Probably 3 months. I'd say about 3-4 months.
Don't even lie, though. Like, you guys slack up on an episode, and I'm like, hitting you up. Yeah. Like, come on, man. It's been 10 days.
Yeah, you texted me, and you're like, hey, man, you're slacking. I'm like, that was 8 days ago. You're like, yeah, you're right. But no, I do want to pump out more podcasts. I do want to pump out more, but, Kyle has to travel to get here. So I'm kind of at his mercy. And my goal when we first started doing these podcasts was 2 a month. That was my goal.
Yeah.
But now that we've gotten more followers and this and that, I want to pump out more. Whether we think that the content's going to be good or not, let's just pump them out. That's my opinion. Not everyone's going to be perfect. Not everyone has to be like super scripted on podcasts.
Right.
What other podcasts do you listen to?
I listen to a lot of podcasts. Occasionally I'll mix in Joe Rogan if it's an interesting topic. Not all of them, though. It's like sometimes I just don't care about 10 comedian people I've never heard of.
Right.
I actually listen to a few like NPR podcasts, which is kind of funny. Some are like there's some about how companies got started and stuff. It's called what's it called? I don't even remember the name of it. Just pops up, But then I'm really big into hunting and fishing, so
I was going to say because you're the outdoorsman.
Yeah,
type for sure.
The Hunting Public podcast, Meat Eater podcast, Bear Grease podcast.
Meat Eater has a podcast, huh?
It's amazing. Yeah.
So I'm sure you know who the Guggen Squad is.
Yep. Not a fan
of any of them.
Think they're clowns.
Okay.
No, I respect them as people. They're hustlers. I mean, they're making their dreams come true.
They are hustlers,
and they're getting kids into fishing, which I think is awesome.
Absolutely.
But their YouTube stuff, which I watch a lot of YouTube too. Man, whatever. But what I was going to say about y'all's podcast is it's interesting. I listen to a lot of podcasts. Yours has been funny and entertaining and good content, but I also know you.
Yeah.
And I know Kyle, kind of. I knew Kyle a long time ago in high school. Kyle, what's up, man? Good to hear from you. See you. Be sitting in your spot. But, so I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it wouldn't be, but it would be different maybe if I didn't know you.
Yeah, so you kind of have to like it.
I don't have to, but it's just like funnier. I already like. There's not like that apprehension. Like, oh, are these guys tools?
Okay, I
like
got what you're saying.
I got like when you kind of get when you're listening to somebody for the first time.
I kind of like. I've gotten DMs and stuff on Facebook from people like I like how easy listening this podcast is. Like it's just chill. It's super easy listening, and that's kind of what I want to go for. Like it just be cool. I don't want it to be divisive in any way. I just want it to be like, let's just sit and talk.
Yeah.
So one thing I want to talk about because I know you're the outdoorsman.
True.
And you're an avid fisherman, and you go down to the lake like every weekend, don't you?
Table Rock Lake a lot.
Like every weekend,
the Ozarks, as much as I can.
This seems like every weekend. You're always posting stuff. You're always posting stuff.
Yeah, I mean, a lot.
Well, you posted yesterday, you and your boy Reed.
Yep.
Which I think is awesome.
Almost
4 taking him fishing. I guess he reeled in his first one. By himself.
He reeled in his first solo bass. Yes.
How big was it? 1.5 or something?
Yeah, it's probably 1.5 to 2 pounds.
I saw the picture of it.
Purely
hey, man.
A solo venture. I was there with the net.
You know what's crazy, though? I can remember the first fish I ever caught. I can. It was on a bobber and a worm. And I was probably 4 or 5. And I actually remember reeling that in. My dad's like, reel.
Yeah. He won't remember it, probably. I don't remember anything from when I was 3. Yeah.
I do.
You do? From when you were 3?
Sure.
What do you remember from when you were 3 years old?
Pooping my pants.
Yeah.
And my mom going, bad. I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think you have any memories.
I would say 4 or 5 is like probably my last memory.
I have my earliest memory. I've thought about this that I can remember. I was 4 in preschool.
Okay, so you do remember.
And it was Western Day. I remember it because it was trauma. It's trauma. Okay, it was Western Day at preschool. So I had the whole get up, cowboy boots, like chaps, vest, hat,
Okay.
and I showed up to preschool, and it turns out that we had the wrong day. So it wasn't Western Day that
whose
day.
fault was it? Was like your mom's fault or something?
Yeah, I hope Mom's not listening to this. I guess it was her fault. I mean, I didn't know what days were when I was
But
4.
hey,
I remember the trauma.
I'm sure you looked the coolest out of anyone that day.
Yeah, I know you can kind of fly in preschool, just wearing a cowboy.
I want to
suit
wear
on a
my
random
pajamas to school today. You know,
Tuesday. I remember that like pretty vividly.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I was had to have been 4. I don't know, 4 or 5. Definitely don't remember anything from that.
Okay. Well, fair enough. So, have you what kind of outdoorsman stuff do you do other than fishing, or that you want to get into?
Well, I mean, for sure, my primary thing is bass fishing.
Okay.
Got the bass boat. Like spent a lot of time and money, energy in that.
You spent the money on that instead of a motorcycle.
That's true. That's true. I got the motorcycle license, and then I just looked at my kids, and I'm like, it's just not the right time.
Yeah.
So
here's the thing, though. It's a lot of
father-son
father-son stuff with the boat and fishing and stuff like that. That's stuff you can't get back. So I understand, but yet I don't. I think you should have a motorcycle.
Well, hey, it doesn't have to be either or. It can be both and. But so bass fishing is the primary thing. I do love deer hunting in the fall. For sure, rifle hunting, but I try to do as much bow hunting as I can too.
Yeah.
Which is obviously really hard. Sometimes it just depends.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you're into the bow stuff because you were shooting targets at your house in the basement. Like
that's right.
I was there for the first time or something.
Yep. And you got the bow range in the basement.
Yeah. Bow range. That's a big basement though. That's a good basement for it.
You gotta have a good basement.
Oh yeah. Couldn't do it down here.
Yeah, I mean, look at this place.
Yeah,
that's what dreams are made of.
I'd hit bullseyes.
You could shoot it.
Yeah.
You just the closer you are, the smaller your aim point is. You know.
I have no desire to search out bow hunting though. But here's the deal though. In the fall, so my brother-in-law, and my sister bought some property down south, not too far from Garden City, Creighton, Missouri, about 30 acres. And there's a couple of small little ponds on there. They do need some work.
Okay.
I was actually just there yesterday with my brother-in-law. We were chopping trees down and doing some stuff, and so we're kind of hoping to maybe shoot some ducks in the fall. And I've never done it. Brother-in-law's never done it, and I've already got a game plan.
That sounds awesome.
So, like I said, like the pond that's there, it's probably it's only a couple feet. Like many years ago, somebody took like an excavator and took out part of the dam.
Right.
So it just constantly drains.
Yeah.
But
all you need is a big puddle for ducks.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm kind of hoping, and Brent's kind of hoping that we can maybe expand it. And it's got a lot of like salad on the top of it and stuff like that. So, but that won't be a problem getting rid of that. Let's go out there with some waders and brush it off.
Yeah.
But
sounds awesome.
I want to try it. I want to do it. Even if I don't get ducks. I mean, we went out yesterday and we chopped a bunch of trees down and then we took a break. He bought an automatic thrower. So we just shot clays for like 3-4 hours yesterday. Dang. My shoulder's red.
Shoulder sore today.
Oh my gosh, it's red, man. Right where I've been shooting. But
that sounds awesome.
I actually because I grew up basically just rifle shooting and pistol shooting.
Right.
But in the last couple years, I bought, which I can show you after the podcast. I bought a shotgun specifically for duck hunting.
Yep.
And I was like, I'm buying this. I'm gonna go duck hunting. This is what I'm gonna do. I want to do it. I've always wanted to do it. Try it, and haven't been. So, because I really don't want to do public.
Yeah.
I really don't want to do public.
Man, that's one of the things though. Hunting, one of those things that and even each category of hunting, you don't grow up doing it with your dad, with your granddad, with family land and all that stuff. Really hard to just decide to start doing it. But you didn't
do the deer hunting growing up. You were the fishing mainly, right?
Some fishing and sometimes I call myself an adult onset hunter.
Yeah.
And you're right. Like I just had to. There was a friend that I had that was really into it. He kind of was like desiring, I think, somebody to like do it with,
right?
And so, but I still had to kind of like put myself out there and be like, hey man, like, will you like mentor me? Show me what to do.
Yeah.
And he did that, and it's been awesome so far.
Well,
but absolutely,
the duck hunting thing,
at all.
Like I've never done it. Brother-in-law's never done it. Ryan wants to go, and we're course, he's never done it, and I'm actually looking forward to having us out there, and no one has duck hunted because we don't have that guy that's kind of like, you need to do it this way. Oh, come on, like we all just figure it out together,
True.
and that's what I'm looking forward to. We figured it out together. None of us, we're all stupid at it. We're all stupid.
Right.
There's no expert. There's no. I kind of am looking forward to it in that way, at least for duck hunting. Now, deer hunting, I think might be a little bit, but. But I don't know. I could learn.
I've gone goose hunting once.
Oh.
And I've never duck hunted. I went goose hunting once, and it was really hard. We had him come in. I had a friend. He knew everything, so he called him in for us. And I'm like, this is a no-brainer, right? He flew right in, and just time after time again, I'm like, I just couldn't hit the dumb things. I'm a pretty good trap shooter. Like I can shoot like a round of 25 in trap. I can shoot like. My highest is like a 21 out of 25.
Hey.
At a like legit trap
90
range.
90 percentile.
Most of the time I'm like 16, but one fluky time I got shot 21, which is fine for me. But then I went goose hunting, can't hit the dumb things. It's flying so fast. But the cool thing about duck and goose hunting, you just get to like sit there and like shoot the breeze.
Yep.
You can grill up some bacon.
I was gonna say we can have food.
We can talk.
Yeah.
You could film a podcast or record a podcast. You can do
go live on Facebook while we're duck hunting.
Yeah, you just and that's the cool thing. Deer hunting, you gotta sit there so quiet. Like turkey hunting,
you better
can't
not sneeze
move.
or sniffle, or nothing.
No food.
And that's actually one of the main reasons I want to do it because it's got like there's more freedom and I can move like. We can have conversations like this. We see ducks, okay, and then you just call them in, and then boom, 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 and then go get your ducks, and you're good to go.
Right.
But
that's half of what I love about fishing too.
Oh yeah.
I'll fish by myself a lot just because I love fishing. But what's better is if I have somebody with me, my son, a family member, a friend. Because when else do you get like 4 to 6 hours with somebody just to chill? And you're not on your phone, you're not distracted. You're just out there, and duck hunting's like the
whether
same
you're
way.
catching them or not,
it's a win. It's a value added to your life,
right?
Like regardless, and that's the type of thing that it sounds cliche, but I honestly do feel bad for people who don't get to experience something like that because to me, there's no replacement. I'm sure there is for some other people, but
I wouldn't. I mean, I don't know because you got to have your passion in life, I guess. I don't really have one. Searching for it last decade.
A motorcycle, got cars.
I don't know, man. That's not good enough.
Got this podcast.
I'm never satisfied with one. My problem, maybe. But anyway, I was gonna say, like when I got that 12 gauge that I got, I took it out like a month later, and actually with Ryan, believe it or not, because he got a shotgun too, and we went out and shot some clays and stuff, and I was like, man, I got a knack for this. I was actually hitting them. I'm fun. Like, I was impressed with myself, and then like yesterday, me and the brother-in-law went, and I was hitting most of my stuff, and I didn't counter nothing.
Right.
But I was I was dusting them pretty good. I mean, not too bad, but and it was awesome because it was actually kind of funny because he texted me like Thursday and goes, "Hey, do you have a thrower?" I was like, "Yeah, I got a manual thrower and some clays and stuff." He's like, and then like he texted me like an hour later and was like, "Never mind, I bought an automatic one."
You got to go for that one.
He went to Walmart and then
was this one of the battery ones? You hook up to a battery. It's just the crank.
There's like a third. Well, No. Yeah, it's a battery one. It's got like 30-foot long cord with a pedal.
Yep.
And you just hit the pedal.
Once you do that, you'll never go back.
And the cool thing is he's got it out there all the time, so I can get the time I want and go. But so I'm excited.
Let's go, man. I'm in.
He wouldn't mind. I've actually talked to him yesterday, and I said, hey, like Ryan want to come out, or like he's like, I don't care. I want people to come out here because then they can check on stuff and see how stuff's going. Just let us know. So you're more than welcome to go. I did text Ryan today, and he said he would like to go on the 23rd. 23rd, I think I'm working that. So if that's the case, then I'm not going to be able to do it.
Come on, man.
Unless we go out Sunday. But, Sundays, dude, my weekend's stacked. So.
We need to go fishing, too. I got the boat back here. I just got the
you got it up here.
Garmin Live Scope installed on the boat.
I saw a Facebook photo of like
live imaging on the Garmin. It's pretty awesome.
So okay,
Ryan hooked me up, helped me get some of that stuff.
Yeah, I forgot where we were coming back from. It was the day he bought his motorcycle.
Whoa!
It was the day he bought his.
Whoa! Ryan has a motorcycle.
I guess you can call it that. Earlier this year,
a moped.
No, okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But earlier this year, he bought a motorcycle, and long story short, I went with him because I was going to ride it back to my house.
Yeah. That was going to be my plan if I bought one too.
Yeah, and I was glad to go with him. And the battery was dead as a hammer, and the guy couldn't get it jumped or anything. So,
disaster.
So on our way back on that drive, he's like, "Yeah, Jared texted me about like employee discount for like a fish finder or something."
Yeah.
I was like, "You gonna hook him up?" He's like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
So that's all. How much money did you get off for that? Like $50 or something?
It was like 45% off of.
Oh wow!
I mean, this thing was.
I'm gonna say those
$1,200. 45% off of that.
Those are expensive.
Shout out to Ryan for helping out a brother. And then I actually needed 2 things, and I know another Garmin employee that helped me out with the other one.
Oh,
so, spreading the love.
All right, taking advantage.
A little bit.
Well, if they're willing to help you, they're not taking it. You're not taking advantage.
I mean, hey.
But yeah, Ryan did buy a motorcycle. You remember that little Honda Rebel 250?
I do remember it.
Orange one?
I do remember it.
That's essentially what he got, but it basically in a. So it's a little 250. Probably doesn't go.
Yeah.
But it's a 5. I might be 6-speed. It might be 5. I don't know.
Ryan's a pretty petite guy.
Yeah.
Last time I saw him, which has been a while.
Still is. He's still the same.
That'd be funny if Ryan is like swelled up, 250 pounds or something like that.
I don't think that's possible.
Okay.
Even if he tried.
Shout out to Ryan.
But we brought it back here. I put a battery in it for him the next day because I happened to be on vacation, and I drove it around the city. Kind of.
Yeah, right. You just have different standards now.
Yeah, I have different standards now.
I mean,
but
no shame for anybody.
Ran phenomenal, and it's actually a pretty good looking bike. It's kind of like I don't remember the model of it. It's a Suzuki.
He still has it though.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And he rides it into work. He goes into work I think 3 days a week. He says, and he rides it into work.
Not too far from him.
No, it's not too far. I think he says he just takes back roads. I mean, my motorcycle at this point in the summertime in the warm season.
Would this bike that he has be one that you would like drive on the interstate or no?
You can.
Does it get fast?
And we've
enough?
done that. We've gone on a couple rides together.
Okay.
It goes fast enough.
65-ish.
Yes, but you need more power, man. Because and if Ryan's listening, he knows I've said this a million times that oh, I'm sure he is. He knows I've said this a million times. It's actually in a sense more unsafe.
Sure.
To not have a bike with a lot of torque because you can't overtake, you can't get out of danger.
I understand
and
that. Yeah.
I feel more unsafe on it going wide open throttle,
not having what you need.
And and I can't pass people, I can't overtake people, I can't do that. Like the bike I have, it's a 690. It's not insanely big, but it's torquey as all get out because it's a sports bike.
Yeah.
But I do want to. I think I'm maybe not ready. I would say ready, but I think I'm at the point now where I need.
Get a
cruiser, get like an 1800.
Sweet,
get
dude.
Like an 1800 something. And I actually told myself I was going to get another motorcycle this year.
And another one is an additional one.
Oh, an additional one.
Is that your plan? You want another?
Yeah, I'd
like
like to have
and
both.
Keep yours.
I like to have both.
What, a Duke, right?
Yeah, it's a KTM 690 Duke, and I'd like to get something more that I can
really.
If I want to go on like a 3-hour drive down to the lake or something like that, then I want to do that because me and Ryan actually want to go down to the lake, but
You mean on your bikes?
Yeah, on our bikes, and he if we take like Missouri 7 Highway or something like that, it'd be no problem for him. It'd be no problem for me, but it's not that I don't trust the reliability of that bike. I just don't want to sit on it for hours. If I had like a Honda TX or something like that, which I got my eye on one it's an 18. And
from the 1800s.
It's an 1800 cc.
1800.
Yeah, it's pretty old. It's actually an 06 model.
I don't have a scale for that 1800 cc. So is it like one of the
massive,
big time cruisers?
That's big.
I mean, it has like everything here,
radio. This doesn't have like the heat hand grips. It's definitely one. It's made for a bigger man, and it's made for cruising. It's made for comfort. It's made for long rides.
Nice smooth suspension, all
very
that.
Very smooth. So I actually know the guy who owns it. He's thinking about selling it. I said that he would, but I don't think I could get. I'd have to have it because that bike is so much fun in the city. That thing turns on a dime, man. I mean, turns on a dime.
I've sat on that bike before.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Never driven it. Just sat on it.
Did you also know
I could just feel the testosterone oozing from the gas tank.
I get a lot of compliments on it, actually. I did today. I actually went on a ride today, and I, like I do every Sunday afternoon, I went on a ride, and I got a compliment at the gas station. So I get a compliment on it.
It is a cool-looking bike because it's not...
It's unique.
To me, like, you know, the Tom Cruise, Top Gun...
Those are Ninjas.
Ninja, like that... To me, as a non-bike enthusiast, though, bike appreciator, I think bikes are awesome. I did get my motorcycle license.
Yeah.
There's some stories to tell about that experience.
We should talk about that. We should talk about it.
But I think those ones are kind of like, I don't know, you just see those. They're noisy, you know. It's kind of annoying to me. And yours is in a little bit of a different category. You know,
so,
like it doesn't fit with those Ninjas.
Yes.
Like,
so
kind of like this guy
people,
is compensating for something. You know,
right. I've asked multiple people like, what would you classify this bike as?
Right.
Sports bike, you know, a cruiser, and they're like, oh, that's a sports bike. I kind of more classify as like dual sporty kind of, because it's got it's basically set up with the height and everything like a dirt bike, but yet the fairings on it and the sides on it is like sports bikey.
Yeah.
It's got slicks on it. It's definitely different looking, and that's why I like it, because you see like there's that stereotype when you see these guys on the 1000cc Gixxers and Ninjas and stuff like that. Like,
I agree.
Look at this douchebag.
Oh,
this guy's
100%.
probably popping wheelies. This guy's an idiot.
Yeah.
Some young punk or something.
Just the sense it's a KTM, right? KTM is like, that's more of a dual sport brand, right?
They are.
And so it's kind of fits.
Yeah.
So, which is going to be when I buy a bike. You know, I have my license. I don't know if you heard. But I already told you, KLR 650.
So,
which I'm a dad. You know, I'm kind of old, so it fits.
And those KLRs, I like them.
And I would buy one from like
they're Kawasaki, right?
Yeah.
So
they have a new one, a twin.
Really?
The new one's a twin.
I've had my eye on the new Honda CRF 300s. They are considered like a
don't know what that is, but it sounds awesome.
They're basically a dirt bike, but you can take them. They're only 300 cc.
Yeah.
They go up about 80, 85 miles an hour.
Yep.
But there's people that run tours with them. They'll travel countries with them.
Right.
I was like, that'd be comfortable. I can take that down to. But then I'm kind of like, maybe I should just get like a legit cruiser. And the one I'm looking at is an 06. It's got 8,000 miles.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I can get it cheap. But I know the guy. He's never had any problems with it. Like one of those deals where if it comes, I probably will snatch it. And
let's just decide right now.
Well, he's not
Mr. Guy. If you're listening,
he's come down with some health issues, and that's kind of the only reason he'd be selling it.
Ooh.
But I asked him. So I saw him last week. I said, "Hey, man, what are you doing with that? What are you doing with that Honda?" And I was thinking about selling about 6-7 months ago. I was like, "Well, sell it to me."
Now's the time.
He's like, "Well, I changed my mind." I was like, "Well, sell it to me. I want it."
Right.
He's like, "Well," I'm looking for a cruiser, and the miles don't bother me. I'm just looking for a few grand. It's not going to be a daily driver. It's just going to be something I drive.
Yeah.
I ride every once in a while. Go down to the lake.
People are sentimental about this stuff, so you got to like butter them up.
And I did ask him. I said, I understand if like you want to sell it.
If you want to take it for a ride every now and again.
Oh, he told me I could.
No, I mean you buy it and let him take it for a ride.
Yeah. And it's it never been laid over. He's had it since 6, and he's come out.
It's probably a big deal on those bikes.
More
so.
Yeah, I would say so.
Just because the weight.
I do like motorcycle riding. I do like it. I've always liked it. And when I had that, I'm embarrassed to say this, but it is what it is. My first motorcycle was my first street bike was a Honda Rebel 250.
Right, but you
which
were
is a girl
what,
bike.
17, 18?
I was 18.
But you had the dirt bike before that, right?
The
one that Ryan
I had a
whiskey throttled and broke the handlebar or something?
I had a 1980 Suzuki DS100 that Ryan whiskey throttled and put into a pile of railroad.
Yeah, that's right.
Big
railroad ties.
Whatever they are. And broke the freaking brake lever on it. And then my cousin broke his ankle on it.
Oh, that's right.
Like 2 weeks later.
I forgot about that.
And yeah, he broke his ankle on it. And that was funny. That was hilarious. But no, I've always like since I was a little kid. And here's what put me on to loving motorcycles even as a little kid. And I loved seeing him on the road and stuff. It was Top Gun. 1985 Top Gun because he had a 1980. Yeah. He had a 1984 Ninja. And
but it's just classic.
That's what always that was my favorite movie growing up was Top Gun, and I always just liked the American man riding motorcycle stuff about it. And I
cut you off earlier. Were you saying you have another bike?
Oh, I have a 49cc scooter.
Oh, really?
We should take it out when we're done here.
Yeah.
So actually, like when me and Kyle get done with podcasts, we've done it a couple times. We'll put baseball gloves in the compartment of the scooter.
Okay.
And I'll get on my motorcycle, get on the scooter, and we'll ride to the football field down.
Yeah.
Have a catch for a little bit. You'll take it out.
Yeah, I will.
You gotta take it out.
I will.
So I'll that'll be a thing.
All right, so it's time to wrap up this podcast. It's been good.
But motorcycles, man, I guess if I had a passion, I would say that. I just love them, but I wouldn't really say I'm passionate about it until I have more.
Well, you got a scooter.
Dang.
Well,
there's a story. I'll tell you later how
it's coming. It'll happen.
I'll tell you later how I.
You got a 2-car garage, and your truck can't even fit in it, right? Probably. So I'm saying that whole garage is ready for motorcycles.
Yeah.
You got sold the Sea-Doo.
And I sold my jet ski. Ryan sold his jet ski earlier this year. So the only thing in the garage right now, there's 2 kayaks in there, a scooter, and a motorcycle.
And room for more, room for growth.
Oh yeah, you can fit at least 10 more motors.
Yeah,
at least like maybe 15, like depending. But I would like motorcycles. I really would.
Yeah, I just like fill out the style.
Like, I'm in the mood for this one. Like,
right.
I want one that's like, okay, I got like the sport one, I got the cruiser one, I got the touring one, I got the dirt bike. Oh, and get this too. So this was like 2 months ago. I'm at work, and my Ring, alarm goes off.
Yeah.
And if it was like 4:00 in the afternoon, I'm like, that's not the mailman. So I looked at it, and I'm like, there's a yellow pickup in my driveway.
Okay.
It's my cousin's boyfriend.
And all right.
I see maybe 2-3 times a year. And of course, he knew where I live.
Is he a podcast listener?
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably doesn't even know
We're in the clear.
Yeah, probably doesn't even know. But he was like, I get in there, I was like, hey, what are you doing, man? Hey, is it cool if I just park here? I get the dirt bike. We're going to go ride dirt bikes. Where?
Yeah, we're pretty locked in.
Where are you going to go ride dirt bikes? He's like, oh, just out back.
Of your house?
I go, okay, have fun, dude. And then I get off work. I come over here, and of course he's gone. And then like 30 minutes later, he comes barreling, brapping
around, getting after
Apparently that football field down the road here.
Oh man,
there's a red gate at the back of that field.
Okay.
And there's dirt bike trail. I've been about 50 yards into the trail.
Okay.
I walked it.
Yeah.
About 50 yards.
Somebody owns it.
There's like, I got on Google Maps next day. There's like 8 miles all the way.
Dang.
To like 210.
Wow.
Like of dirt bike trails, like, and hilly trails. So I'm like, dang it, now I need to get a dirt bike. And now my brother-in-law and my sister have
this. KLR? You could do that on a KLR.
I could, but now my brother-in-law and my sister have this property now, so I'm like, it'd be kind of cool to have like a quad or a dirt bike.
Skip the quad. You won't be excited about a quad.
Probably not. I mean, love the dirt.
They're cool. They're in their utility. Like, I mean, even the fast ones. But if you're already into motorcycles, it's just like.
Thing is, we're in that economy right now where cost of buying anything, transportation.
Well, I was going to ask you, motorcycle. I mean, I know even like recreational stuff. Boats are really high. Campers are really high. Motorcycles too.
So that's the reason I was looking at this Honda CRF was because brand spanking new, $5,000. Brand spanking new, which is
when it was new. You mean
they're new? They're still
new
making
ones
them.
Now are $5,000.
Yes.
Oh.
They're brand new. I actually talked to a dealership a guy salesman up in Iowa a couple weeks ago. He had one, but it was the one without ABS, and I want ABS.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
So, because my bike, the KTM, has ABS, and once that ABS kicks in,
it's
like slam.
Yeah. Once you've done that once,
like,
holy
cow.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Holy crap!
Your life flashes before your eyes a little bit.
Had to do it a couple times. Nope. I mean, the first time was a mistake. Like I missed my turn.
Right.
And thank God I didn't get rear-ended by somebody. I was being stupid. And the second time was I was showing off in downtown Kansas City, and I brapped it, and I got a little bit too fast, and I had to freaking slam on the brakes. Stop sign. Don't listen to that, Mom. But anyway,
your mom listen to this podcast?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe.
Who knows? We'll find out. That's the way to find out.
Before you go, use some stickers.
I do. Yeah, I need
these stickers. I don't know if you see the emblem, like our YouTube
I've
thing
seen it.
is different than this now.
Oh.
The day that I ordered these, Kyle changed the logo
where did this logo come from?
All right.
It's like somebody's like little 4-year-old niece or something like
Thanks,
that.
man. Thanks.
Okay.
So like the week before we were gonna do our first podcast, all right, we kind of had it planned out. I was at work on a Saturday, working on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Not a lot going on that
that.
Saturday, so I hopped on Word Art.
Okay.
And I just did that.
Yeah.
Fun. I was just messing around.
Right.
And then there it is.
That's it. I like it.
Yeah. So it looks like a 4-year-old did it.
Yeah.
But that's what I was going for.
I mean, it's good.
It's not like a serious logo.
No, I like it. I really like it.
All right.
It fits.
All right. I heard you.
Speaking of motorcycles and this podcast, I really don't belong. I kind of wish Kyle was here. Because I don't belong on this podcast because I watch very, very few movies. Very, very few. Most, I would say 85% of the movies that you guys talk about, never seen them, hardly even heard of them. And the other thing is I play 0 minutes of video games a year, except there's about a 2-hour period once a year. 2 hours.
Crash Bandicoot?
No, that'd be cool, though.
That would be awesome.
I wish I had that. But for some reason, like every winter, I get like a hankering to play like 2 hours of Red Dead Redemption, the first one. Yeah. That's it. That's the only video games I play all year long. Red Dead Redemption for 2 or 3 hours, sometime like before Christmas, like 21st of December-ish.
So okay.
And that's it.
Wow. So me and Kyle, we play a lot of video games. Now Kyle is, and he will say, I'm not afraid to say it because he knows that he's a big freaking dork nerd when it comes to video games.
Hey.
And good for him. Great.
Yeah, I respect it. It's a thing to do. It's community building. I get it.
Yeah, sure. And I just love movies. Like, actually, before you got here, I'm about halfway through The King of Staten Island right now. Pete Davidson and Bill Burr. Okay. I'm not a big fan of Pete Davidson. Don't get me wrong.
All right.
But I do like Bill Burr. So, but it's actually a really good movie. It's like a good kind of drama, kind of comedic. And then you gave me a recommendation for a movie.
Did you watch it?
No.
Okay.
I told you I would.
I watched it on an airplane.
I watched, and it was like the pickle something.
Yeah, the American Pickle.
The American
Seth
Pickle.
Rogen.
Yes, and I watched the trailer for it. And I'm like, that is actually kind of like
You've never heard of it, have you?
No,
I know.
I was like, that's kind of a peculiar story, and I told you that I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, you need to watch it, man.
I'm gonna review it on the next podcast.
Yeah, that's what I want.
I haven't done it yet, and I want to.
I don't know if you can stream it anywhere. I saw it on an airplane.
I don't think I can. It's on a streaming
that's the
service
problem.
right now.
But Seth Rogen in that movie plays two characters.
Yep.
He plays.
I noticed that in the trailer.
The premise. I don't think this is a spoiler, but everyone needs to go watch it. Okay.
Okay, you can spoil it for me.
No, we're not spoiling it. The premise is a guy in like the early 1900s, maybe 1915, something like that. He works at a pickle factory, and he falls into a vat of pickle stuff, pickle juice
or something.
Yeah, pickling solution. And then the factory, while he's in there, gets shut down, gets closed.
So he basically dies in this.
I don't know if he dies or not because he's pickled.
All right.
And so they put the lid on the pickling tub, and then like 100 years later, now present day, open it back up, and because he was in the pickling juice, still alive.
So he is played by Seth Rogen, and then is like
his grandson.
Great grandson.
Yeah, maybe it is great grandson actually.
I'd say great if it's
probably. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So and buying it on Amazon is not a problem. I if you're listening out there, I will take movie suggestions. I really will, because I'm into movies.
Well, your first episode was like, first couple were very movie heavy. I don't know if that was a part of the original vision of the podcast.
2 episodes ago, I dressed up as Maverick.
Yeah, I saw it.
We talked nothing but Top Gun, basically the entire.
Yeah, which
podcast.
I haven't seen, by the way. This has been the one exception. I really do want to go see it, and we'll make it happen. And that one and Minions, we're gonna go see Minions with my son.
If you can't, if you can't go see Top Gun because you know Kelsey doesn't want to go see it or whatever.
No, she wants to.
I'll go see it again.
Okay, all right.
I already have it. I pre-ordered it on Amazon the day after I watched it.
When does it come out? You think?
No idea. I pre-ordered it though.
It'll probably still be in theaters for a minute,
when
right?
It comes out on Amazon. Oh, I bet it would. When it comes out on Amazon, I want to come home from work and watch it again.
Hey, dude.
So
I've heard good things.
I have a friend who she saw it. We actually went to high school with her. She has seen it like 5 times in theater.
Gosh. I know I've got two good friends that are a married couple that are in the Navy. We're in the Navy. And one thing she told me, just as a fun factoid, was that for the first Top Gun, like outside the movie theater, they had Navy recruiting tables set up. Yeah, it was Navy. And she told me the numbers. I don't remember what it was, like 600% spike in enrollment in the Navy.
Well, I think it was back in '85 when the first Top Gun came out. 36 years ago, they had like an 800% increase in signups because everyone became pilots. Fine, I'm sure only 3 of those percent became pilots.
True,
but
true.
Still, I think
just appreciation for it. Like, we need some patriotism in this country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some healthy patriotism.
And I talked about that in the podcast, too. It was like, Go America. We don't have movies like that anymore. And I like how the movie is set up because this movie, Jarrett, you have to go see it in theaters.
I know, dude.
I tell it to everyone will agree with me. You have to see it. It's built for the theater.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise made it for the theater.
Right.
Don't go see it in that stupid theater.
Which is pretty rare anymore. Like,
oh my gosh, yeah.
In the age of streaming.
You have to see it in the theater.
Like, like this theater close to us, there's like 5 different options. Should I do any of the wild ones?
All I gotta tell you is don't go to the movie theater where the seats move and it blows air on you.
Yeah.
So me and a couple of friends went to go see The Tenet about 4 years. I was right before COVID. Or during COVID.
Yeah, like that was like the first movie to come out after COVID, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
Okay, I don't know.
I don't remember.
I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Okay, well, anyway, The Tenet, we went to go see it in this movie theater, and you got to pay like a lot more money to go see it in this. Like, okay, maybe it's worth it. Well, we're the only people in the theater. All that does, it just distracts you from. Like, you cannot focus on them. Like, it's almost funny how dumb
some of the movement is. Yeah,
like there was one scene where this hot chick was diving off a yacht into the water, the ocean water, and it was just gonna be like a little boop. But she, like, when she hit the water. On your face, it was unreal. Yeah, man.
Just like they needed that moment, like in the movie.
They have this
just because they had the ability.
You're sitting in this chair, and like there's this hose. There's this hose dangling down by like your calves.
Oh my gosh!
And it's called we looked it up online. It's called the tickler.
Of course.
So when something happens, it goes. Like silly salmon.
Are you serious?
Yes, silly salmon.
This is too much, man. Dude, it's like Universal Studios or something.
Don't go see in that. Yes, if you. Okay.
This is at that theater that we have in Liberty.
Yes.
Are you serious? Yes. They have all that in there?
They have all
What about the one? There's one with like some side screens, right? So would that be good for Top Gun?
Yes, that's actually what Maverick.
I need your recommendation when I go see it next weekend. So, which movie theater should I do?
So I just saw it in just classic movies.
Okay.
But after I saw it, I did kind of figure out, and by reading and stuff, that this movie was designed for the theater that has the side,
2 side screen kind of
and
wrap
it makes
around.
Sense because a lot of the scenes are in planes. Obviously, you have planes whipping by the pilots, and
that's awesome.
You want to look over and see it. So,
have you seen it in that theater? Have you seen any movie in that theater? Yeah. I was going to ask if you know
the classic.
Is the whole movie
no
the sides?
No.
Just
it stretches like an extra. I'm guessing like 50.
No, I mean, is the entire movie, does it have the side screens or just certain scenes?
Oh,
you don't know?
I don't know. I imagine it's the whole thing.
Okay,
I bet it's the whole thing.
Sounds cool.
But you got to go see it. You got to see it in theaters, man. Don't wait. You have to see it in theaters to get the full experience. But I'm just a big fan of it, and if you're not really a fan of the Top Gun stuff, then I don't know.
No, I mean, we did watch Top Gun, the first Top Gun, the OG, a couple weeks ago.
For the first time?
No. Okay. I'd seen that one. Those Lord of the Rings, Kyle always talks about, never really seen those. Sorry, Kyle.
That's fair.
I mean, there's so many movies that people talk about all the time that I have no idea. And I when I sit down to watch a movie, I like it. I just never know, like, there's so many movies out there. I just never even know where to start,
So here, I don't have cable.
Right.
So what I do is I watch movies on streaming services.
Right.
Some people go home and they watch ESPN or something like that for
hours
on
end. I don't do that either. Sports. Like, I like watch sports, like Chiefs games and stuff, but sports talk, pass.
Well, some people can, like...
Stephen A.
People can watch, like, the local news. I don't watch the news. And so what I do is, on that TV all the time, it's just movies.
Yeah.
And I'm not sitting there for every single minute of it. Sometimes I'm like, I remember seeing that like 10 years ago, put it on. It's noise, but it's always movies.
Yeah,
That's just me though. And honestly, that's how I grew up too. Because I didn't have cable growing up either. So we just had VHS. Yeah, my parents just never want to spend the money on it because they never needed it. And
it's expensive, even to get like YouTube TV or whatever. Is $60-$65
a month or something.
Yeah, that's like real money. I mean,
it's not fake money.
Yeah, that's like 2 trips to Chili's.
Oh,
my wife and I.
Oh, easy. You go to Chili's a lot?
Chili's 54th Street. Yeah, the classic.
Same thing.
No, Applebee's. Applebee's closed down in Liberty, but we would go there.
Is that where Joy
It's
Walk
like a
is
health
now?
clinic. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah,
That's where
it's
Joy
a
Walk,
Chinese buffet
which
now.
is probably the
also
best
pretty
Chinese,
good.
the best Chinese. I went there for my birthday last year. I love that place.
Oh, man.
It's seriously like the best Chinese buffet out there in this area at least.
Well, what was the best Chinese buffet?
Oh yeah,
out
Ming
there.
Dragon.
That was
R.I.P. man. R.I.P.
Ming Dragon. We were VIPs.
Oh,
R.I.P. to the VIPs.
We were VIPs there, man. We walked in there like we owned the place.
We
which
did own the place.
We did.
Yeah.
And then we wanted to tour the kitchen.
Yep.
And the waiter was like,
No, I'm not doing that. Get out of here.
We're VIPs, man. Come on,
We're
dude.
16.
We got a free meal. We had to buy 15 meals or whatever, how much it was. I think it was a dozen.
I wish we had. I mean, we're getting off track, but
okay.
The old Chinese buffet. I mean, obviously, you can see from my figure, it's a weakness. I was trying to think of like if I had to choose one movie that I would say is like my favorite movie. It's gonna be so cliche. Like, I mean,
is it like a Will Smith movie or like a Mark Wahlberg movie or a Dwayne
I do
Johnson
like
movie?
Mark Wahlberg.
I've liked him in recent years.
Daddy's Home. It's some of his best work.
Father
really.
Stew's really good, actually.
I haven't seen it. I would like to see that one. I mean, obviously,
Good.
with my
It's on my Amazon list.
my pastoral background.
With the pastoral background. Yeah.
I mean, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Maybe is my favorite movie. I told you,
So,
cliche.
no,
like I don't even like to say it.
That's
but it's a
actually
good movie,
that
man.
is a
It's so funny.
classic comedy movie. And it's funny you bring that movie up because the reason that movie has a special place for me because that's a movie that my grandmother liked.
Oh yeah,
And,
Man, it's
and
so
she
good,
had
though.
she had the soundtrack on like CD, and at her she was cremated, so she didn't have like a burial, but at her like a
yeah, sure, like a little memorial service.
yeah
type
memorial
deal,
service type deal. We had that soundtrack during it.
Oh, really?
During that because she just liked that movie.
That is a good soundtrack.
It has good punchlines. It's got good comedy. It's well written. I say that's your favorite movie. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
But
I mean,
it is a good classic movie. It's hard to believe that movie's like
my
23
favorite
years
movie
old.
is.
I think that movie came out in like 99.
Is that right?
It's old.
Well, it
still
took me.
holds up.
I will say that it took me a long time because I was just stupid to realize that it was like following like the Odyssey.
The Homer stuff.
Yeah, and before I knew that, I'm like, man, this movie's weird. Like I just don't get it. But once I realized that, not that I paid attention to the Odyssey back in whatever
Junior high. Then.
Yeah, but I'm just like, okay, makes sense. Makes a little more sense now.
Yeah, that's where the comedic stuff really comes in.
Yeah,
this is Odyssey. But,
right.
Um.
All right, man. Well, Top Gun, I'm gonna see it in theaters. I think I haven't been to a movie theater in probably over 3 years. I bet since before COVID. Yeah,
COVID put a lot of things on hold. I mean, it did for me.
Yeah.
I mean, and it put stuff on hold in my life. Probably a good thing.
Yeah.
Like
there's been some good. I mean,
it changed my mindset for a lot. It's really
I agree.
When COVID hit, and of course you got the family and stuff. I got
True.
nobody.
Yeah.
So I was out doing stuff with friends all the time, and
right.
Like I think I've talked about on this podcast before. Dude, you were going to Peanut time and not like doing anything bad.
Going to the Peanut? Is that what you said?
P&L.
Oh, P&L.
Yeah.
There's a restaurant called the Peanut. It's supposed to have really good wings in Kansas City. I looked up the best wings in Kansas City. It's called the Peanut. So,
all right.
So we should go there sometime.
Check that out.
All right,
I'll
yeah.
check that out. But P&L all the time, and when COVID hit, it kind of put everything on hold, and I don't miss it. I don't want. I'm done.
There's
a lot of things I'm done. Like my pre-COVID stuff I used to do all the time. I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And I grew up it. Besides, I'll be 30 next month.
I know, man.
And
30.
You'll be 30 this month.
That's right. How do you feel about that, though?
I hate it.
Are you struggling with the big 3-0?
Freaking hate it.
Yeah. This one it's snuck up on. I know my wife's turning 32. Next she's turning 30 as well.
Yeah.
Here in a couple weeks, and I think both of us have been like, whoa, like this one just feels a little different.
You know, and we talked about this on our last podcast too. That like, yeah,
you did about turning 30. I missed this one.
Yeah, and I just briefly, and I basically just stated like, yeah, my 20s were fun.
Yeah,
I had my fun, but I also hate the fact that I'm gonna be 30s now.
30, I know,
and I don't know.
You feels weird.
It does feel weird.
I mean, it's been what, 12 years since we graduated high school or something like that? 11, 12 years? 2011?
Oh, God. No, we had the 10-year thing. Well, it was canceled last year.
Yeah, it was pushed back because of
Yeah, did you go to that?
No.
That was so sad.
I ain't going to that. Everyone I like, care about from high school, I'm kind of still in touch with to an extent. I mean, you know.
Well,
but
I'm going
I don't think the people I would care about would go to
I'm
any
going on a rant here, and if people hear this from our class and they don't like it,
whatever. Love you guys. Shout out to class 2011.
I guess. But the deal, like, the people who put it together, like, you had to, like, I guess I've never heard of a high school reunion. I had to, like, go and, like, pay.
Oh, I didn't follow it very well.
And, and
it's a little spendy, huh?
I wouldn't say that, but, like, 30 people. We had, like, 800 in our class.
There's 30 people that went to our reunion?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Well, they canceled it last year
I
because
saw that
not enough people went.
There was a insurrection reunion as well, a little off the record one.
So apparently there was, but I actually work with the guy who graduated with.
Okay.
And he had the idea. He's like, why don't you just tell everyone to go buy Royals tickets to this game on Friday?
Oh, there you go.
And we'll just tailgate.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
We'll just tailgate.
Yeah, I'd probably do that.
Exactly. It's so much easier.
Yeah.
And they like, I don't know where this place was, but I heard it was kind of maybe a bougie place.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't follow it.
And I was following it because I kept going to like our Facebook, the class of 2011 Facebook page, and there was some hate on there, man.
Oh,
it was hilarious.
I mean, any Facebook page, there's going to be.
It was hilarious. I'm reading this stuff, and everyone's like, and I think I made a comment in there. This was last year. I was like, I'll just throw a kegger at my house. Some people liked
we'll record a podcast.
Yeah, and a bunch of people liked it and stuff. And of course, I never would have done that, but I just wanted to make like a joke. Like, I wanted to make a point. Like, this idea that you guys are coming up with is stupid. Like, you guys are overcomplicating this.
Yeah,
and the
for
people
real.
that set it up don't even live here.
Yeah, I did know that.
And they wanted to do it last year, but like on Thanksgiving weekend or something. And the only reason it was going to be on that weekend is because they were going to be in town to be with their families. So it's like, idiots.
Which is when we're with our families, kind of. You know, a lot of people that live here.
This doesn't work. And then some, I won't say who, but they like said on like the Facebook group, like, if we don't get any more than like 40 people committing, we're not going to do it. And I think like 15.
Well,
and we had like 750 or something in our class.
I mean, really though, like 750 people. Honestly,
I mean, like
not that I don't, whatever. Like, there's really amazing people out there doing cool stuff. But like personally, I really care about like 15 of them maybe. And I'd much rather just send out a text to people I know and be like, hey, let's get back together and
Yeah.
And hash out some old times. I do wish Kyle was here.
Oh, I wish Kyle was here, man.
I haven't seen Kyle probably since high school. So
really?
We're gonna have to come back. I'm gonna have to come back and hang out with Kyle.
He's still the same.
Yeah. Kyle and I, we weren't like super good buddies because we just didn't like. You and I went to one church and he went to a different church. Yeah. I didn't play baseball.
Yeah.
But Kyle's cool, man. And Kyle's funny, and he did play on didn't he play on the Yard Dogs? Yeah. And I was hanging out with some of those guys for a while, and those are all cool guys.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to come back and hang out with Kyle sometime.
Yeah, I mean, you can come and be a sit-in.
Yeah, I'll just sit on the side.
You can drink beer.
Yeah. I mean, this is the only. I feel like if I just told my wife, hey, I'm gonna go hang out with Jaren, she'd be like, absolutely not. You got stuff to do. But if I say, hey, babe, we gotta go film a podcast.
Yeah.
Then she'd be like, okay, business.
All right.
So we just gotta keep it going, Kelsey. Love you, babe. Shout out.
You're more than welcome to come over anytime. We're doing one. But yeah, we're trying to pump them out more. We're trying to.
Yeah.
You need to take me fishing sometime because
fishing?
I've only been out once this year. I did some kayak fishing.
Okay.
Out in the middle around some about 80-acre property of the guy that I know, and did some kayak fishing. I caught a dozen or so. It was good fishing. I was catching them. I was catching them. It was a windy day, but I was catching them. You ever caught them out of a kayak?
I do. I hate kayak fishing with a passion. Because when I'm on
Well,
a
you're
kayak,
spoiled.
I just wish, man, I wish I had like a 250 horsepower motor on this thing right now.
You're
But not for
spoiled.
real. Once
This is
I
pond fishing,
I
though.
fished
This
out
is
of a
pond.
kayak recently. I bought a brand new rod and reel, nice $200 setup, 13 fishing brand and everything, which I've switched off of now. Now I'm only lose rods and reels. But anyways, I had a little kayak rod holder in the back.
Yeah.
So I had that new setup in the back. I was using a different one, and I paddled under a tree, and it
A snake
bumped.
fall on you?
No.
Oh,
the
it
new rod
caught.
bumped on the tree, plopped down into the water.
it caught.
Never made a single cast on it.
That's a rookie mistake.
Ever since
Rookie
then,
mistake.
kayak are stupid.
Okay.
And you can't tell me that anyone fishes on a kayak that doesn't secretly wish they were in a sweet bass boat. I mean, kayaks are cool. Get out and get on the water and fish.
Okay. Kayaks
But-
have their place as far as ponds, rivers, stuff like that. Not
I
on
mean, I
Smithville,
guess,
not on Lake of the
but-
Ozarks, not on Table
No,
Rock,
you're right. If you got a
not
cool
on
pond
Beaver
to
Lake.
fish,
You ever
whatever.
fished Beaver Lake?
I have.
How was it?
It's fun. It's a beautiful
It's
lake.
it's
My
gorgeous
parents, you don't know this. My parents probably are moving down there. They're building a house.
lake. In Arkansas.
The Arkansas,
on
Bella
the lake?
Vista. Nope, like real close, like 20 minutes from Beaver, in
That's
Bella
not bad.
Vista. And so yeah, I'm gonna be fishing beaver a lot more once he's down there. And they got those big stripers, striped bass.
Okay.
So and they're huge. They're like 10 to 20 pounds plus sometimes.
Yeah.
And they're all in Beaver Lake.
Well, you need to take me out sometime, dude, because I don't
Let's
do
do it, man.
enough fishing. And my dad does a lot of fishing, but he goes at 5 in the morning.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
mean, I
driving.
do that sometimes, but I also sometimes go evenings.
Yeah.
Like
he won't do
sometimes
it.
this last week, I was at Table Rock all last week. And this time of year, you're right. It's just too early. It's too early. I can't wake up at 5 a.m. every day for a whole week and
Well,
go
I'd have
fishing.
to-
So
yeah, I have to
I'm
wake
like,
up at,
okay, I'll just go at 7:30.
I'd have to wake up before 5 because then I got to drive to Excelsior to go fishing with him.
Right.
And I'm not about that life. How many more you got of those?
Get you one?
No, I'll go run up and grab one. But I'm not. And then you can. Yeah, that's just for decorative purpose. That was a gift, actually. But nah, it's all good. It's all good. But I can't get up early in the morning. I'm not a morning person, and my dad was like, "Well, that's the only time the fish bite." Well, no, not really.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. I've told him several times I'll go in the evening. I'm not about getting up at 5.
Yeah, I'll fish in the evening.
Yeah, but he gets out there at like 5, 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
If you said 9, I'm there.
Nine's a little late.
Come on.
I've always, this is a funny topic. My dad, he's one of those people that just like at this point in his life, he wakes up at like 5 a.m. every day. Just doesn't even have an alarm. Like just, I couldn't sleep.
Because he did it for the last
And I'm like,
probably 30
how
years.
did you get that way? I just don't even understand.
Doing it for years.
And I'm slowly getting there. My kids, 6:30, 7, like they're up.
So
And
I
that's
got to
a
be at work
forever
at 8.
thing.
I got to be at work at 8.
Oh, you do? I thought you were kind of later.
Used to be 9. It was 9 for the last 6 years, but then I got a promotion, I guess, call it back into this year.
Got to start
So
early.
I have a different work schedule, but I go in at 8, and I get up about 6:30, and I live about 2 miles from
Right.
my work, so it's no big deal. But getting up at 6:30 is really early, and I've been doing that lately. I've been going to bed earlier. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, or
That's tough, though, when you watch a lot of movies and gaming and stuff. That's the stuff that keeps you up.
oh man, on Fridays and Saturday nights. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
like, there's like some nights me and Kyle are back in the day. I mean, I'll call it the apartment day. Years ago, when
Yeah, I
me and
remember
Kyle
that.
would be up till like 2, 3 in the
Right.
going at it in Call of Duty, having the time of our life. But we're getting older now. We can go to about 11 now.
I'm in bed long before 11, dude.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah, we can go to about 11 now. But about a year ago,
Mm-hmm.
actually for like the last 6 years, 7 years, until about 3, 4 months ago, my bedtime was midnight.
Okay.
That was my bed, and I'd be at work at 9,
Yeah.
and I'd get 6, 7 hours.
Are
of
you
sleep.
like one of these people, though, if you work at 9, you could be up at like 8:15? You know what I mean? Like,
like wake up at 8:15,
like
go
just,
to work?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like,
Oh yeah.
So that's
So-
still 8. I mean, if you went to bed at midnight,
Mhm.
gotta be at work at 9, you can
Yeah.
still get 8 hours of sleep.
So I have to be at work at 8,
Mm-hmm.
and I might wake up at 6:30, but I'll lay in bed till 7:20. 7:20 is the cutoff.
That's a reasonable time.
If it hits 7:20,
yeah,
I get up. There's a 15-minute shower.
right.
Another 10 minutes to get ready, brush my teeth, do whatever, and it's 8:40. And if I leave at 8:45, I'm at work I'm at work or 7:45. I'm at work by 7:52.
Mm-hmm. Really?
So
that's nice.
I have no pressure. I don't have to worry about traffic.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And I take the bike. There's tons of money on gas.
No doubt, dude. You're in the right on that one right now.
I'm very
well.
fortunate.
Hey, I got you beat. Working from home, $0 a month on gas for work.
I couldn't do that.
It's different. It's different.
I say I couldn't do that. I was saying it would be a big adjustment because when COVID kind of hit, like our friend Ryan, I think he only goes into work like 3 days a week. Is what I said,
which is kind of cool. I mean, that hybrid deal might be a really good blend.
But when COVID, he was actually living here still when COVID hit, and he was
right
home. I'm like,
it's different, for me. Like my last job, I was a youth pastor, right? Super, super social work environment where people just shared a lot about their lives. Like I knew about their families and kids and everything else. And so coming into this new job, there's just like very little of that. I don't know much about my coworkers, honestly. I like them. They're all great people. But, if we have a 11 o'clock meeting, people log in at 10:59 and 30 seconds, like you just don't have that time, like that in between time to shoot the breeze and stuff. And so I've just had it's for sure. Like the first couple weeks of me working fully remote, I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna like this at all.
Right.
But I've just had to learn like my social inputs have to come from other areas than work. And so once I've kind of embraced that and kind of embraced, it took me a while to embrace the benefits of it too. I really like to like smoke meat on the Traeger. And so, I could go out there. I could do that I could do that on a Tuesday afternoon and have some ribs ready by dinner,
Awesome.
Things like that, keeping the laundry going around the house, going out and pulling weeds for 10 minutes.
You know what Ryan did?
I sound 2020? So old right now.
That's okay.
Yeah.
No, I pull weeds.
I mean, you have a great yard, man.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Best looking yard on the street, right?
Oh, no doubt about it.
Yeah. Thank you. That's like the best compliment you can give me. Actually, last Monday, Ryan brought his girlfriend over here, Lindsay.
Yeah.
And I was like, Lindsay, what'd you think of that grass? Oh, I think it was great. I had to get it out of her, so I didn't have to get it out. That's great. That's great. That's like one of the best compliments.
Oh yeah, man.
I
you
can
do have
get.
a nice yard.
I feel like a dad with no kids sometimes.
Yeah. Well, you'll just be ready if it ever happens.
And I mow in the New Balance shoes.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, they're grass stained up.
Crew socks, or is that a dad thing?
No. Yeah, I don't rock the crew socks.
I got a riding lawnmower actually, so that might be kind of a level up. But
do you
your yard looks better than mine.
Do you stripe it?
No.
You know what I mean, though? Do you have the striper?
I don't have a striper because there's too many obstacles in my yard to mow around. It's just I don't have like good like long stripe patterns, like long stripes to make. It's kind of like
gotcha.
Too
a lot
many
of twists and turns. And
stuff,
so
it's just not worth it.
Yeah, Pro Turf is taking care of me. Shout out to Pro Turf.
Pro Turf,
I'm
on Pro Turf. From back in the day.
And I've been.
I texted you. I saw your yard. I texted you. I'm like, hey, who are you using for your yard, man? Gotta get on that Pro Turf.
It's gotten better every year.
And I referred somebody else recently to Pro Turf. So.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yep.
They do.
That's the problem. So I was on them for a year, and then I'm like, it's just like one of those borderline things,
Yep.
And I got off them for a year last year, and I'm like, this was a mistake. Weeds everywhere.
Yep.
It's really the long game. It builds on each year.
I would say if anyone's going to use a lawn care treatment service, this is a great conversation, by the way. I was going to say, if anyone's going to use a lawn care treatment service, you got to give it like at least 2 seasons.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years before you really start to see it.
So I was debating. This would have been my 4th year, and I was debating on not doing it.
I know it's tough.
And then I basically obviously I did it, but I paid them with money that really didn't come out of my pocket.
There you
it was
go.
kind of one of those like incentive programs through
Sure.
work and stuff. So
Yeah.
I was like, sweet,
Worth it, right?
Free in a
Right.
sense. So I was like, screw it, do it. And no, they got to get a lawn care.
Man.
If you guys, dads out there,
get on that lawn care.
get on that lawn care. Okay, if you want to do it yourself, fine. But all I do is mow it.
Yeah,
and I stripe it. I did not stripe.
I could tell.
I did not stripe today, but I striped last week.
Stripe crosshatch.
I did. Yep. So last week I did a heavy stripe, meaning I doubled it. So this one I decided not to do it.
Still showing though.
So it still shows, and it still kind of has like that cross thing going.
Yeah, it looks good, man.
I'm glad you noticed.
Oh, I notice.
Yeah, you're obviously a dad. All my other friends are not dads. And
nope.
They don't give
I notice.
They don't give a rip.
I mean, us dads a lot of times are tied to home, so it's just like get your victories where you can.
Here's the thing: like I don't care if you're a dad or not. Every man needs something to have pride in.
Hey.
As far as like a lawn, a car,
yeah,
their home in general, their man cave,
right?
And they use that to also as like an escape.
Right.
Every man needs that,
right? Well, I mean,
fishing, whatever.
I'm a man of faith. You know this,
right?
And so I've thought before, like, did God create us as men to be cultivators of the land? And obviously, I don't have a cornfield, and so that just comes out, and like I just got to take care of this. I got to cultivate this land, even if it's a teeny piece of land. I know this sounds so stupid, but it just kind of comes out naturally, and it's like I want to have a nice yard.
I don't think that's stupid. Yeah. I think that's well said. That's well said. I mean, I would probably consider getting corn. If I was you, but
just do the whole yard.
Some
just
strawberry
rows of corn.
Dude,
I have a salsa garden, man. No,
this
is there's news on this front. I got some tea on this front. Okay. I have a salsa garden. Okay, but it's really not. It's just like one planter, like, and I planted in this one planter.
Peppers?
Nope. Yes, peppers, tomatoes. So couple tomato plants, couple pepper plants, jalapenos, and then another variety called hot and heavy. Okay. Hot and heavy peppers, and then some cilantro. Okay, and what I did last year, I use
a lot of cilantro in my.
What I did last year was I got really into making smoked salsa. You take all these ingredients, you put it on the smoker for a minute, and it just kind of gives it this little smoky flavor before you throw it.
Afterbirth.
Yeah, that's right. Before you put it in the blender and blend it all up for salsa.
Wow.
But
you and my brother-in-law would need to talk.
Crisis. There's a crisis among us in the salsa garden world. Nope, squirrels.
Even worse.
Before we left, I mean, I had these tomato plants. The variety is called patio tomatoes, just bursting with tomatoes. I mean, pounds and pounds of tomatoes. And then one day, I didn't go out there and check on it. And then the next day, I went out there, every single tomato gone.
You need to get yourself
the squirrels ate every
nice little
single. I've been growing this thing since like April. Okay, and all these tomatoes gone. The peppers are still there. Cilantro gone too, because it bolted.
You know what I do in my free time too? This is also something I take pride in. I shoot squirrels off the back porch.
I need to get into that because I got problems with squirrels.
And I haven't seen one in a month.
Mm-hmm.
Every spring, you got to go out there and shoot a few.
Yep.
And they don't come around.
I mean, I'm willing to take drastic measures at this point.
Oh yeah,
because we're planning for Salsa Garden 2023.
You got a little pellet rifle?
Oh, do I?
Okay, good. Well,
because I had
have it by the back door.
I had a war against a groundhog once.
I don't have groundhog.
This is at my old house. You remember my old house?
Yeah.
I had that deck. There was a groundhog underneath the deck. The groundhog, it would come out during daylight. As soon as I walked out the door, scrambled under the deck, scurried. So one time, I bought this air rifle with a scope and everything. It's a Gammo something or other.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got some power to it, right? And so one time, I opened up our bedroom window, kept the curtains closed, and I sniped this puppy.
You were
I just peeked the curtain. It was like American.
Chris Kyled him.
Exactly. Wow. It was like American Sniper, and just dropped him. And we took care of business.
It's a great feeling.
Yeah.
It's a great feeling.
We took care of business.
So. Do you guys don't have chickens?
We used to have chickens. Yeah, we don't have chickens. They didn't make the move. We had a literal fox in the hen house situation. Yeah. Literally, fox.
I remember that.
We had some daylight.
My sister, my brother-in-law, they have chickens in their backyard. They
really?
My brother-in-law has a greenhouse.
Yeah, this is your sister and your brother-in-law. They're going country, huh?
Yeah,
I didn't know this.
Country and Sarah, hippie too.
Okay,
I'll make fun of her for that, but that's okay. But yeah, they're really into like the my brother-in-law grows plants. He sells them on Etsy. Don't worry, it's not like weed.
Okay, he sells plants on Etsy.
Like
dried
he's
out.
He's got his
or
own
what?
The B&B called B&B something. Got like a web.
Okay. Like what kind of plants?
Have to go to the web.
Like live plants? He
Oh, yeah,
ships them live?
Ship them to you.
Huh.
And he shipped me a couple. And one was called like a lemon balm plant. It's like this. You put in like cocktails and stuff, and then you like this mint one.
Yeah, mint is cool.
It just died last week, buddy. And I've had it for. I kept it going.
What happened?
I put it outside.
Okay.
It was on my.
Probably.
I guess not. And I was watering it, and
it's been hot this week.
Yeah, it has. But it died last week. Unfortunately, it's now donezo.
Need another one.
Yeah, he'll probably send me one.
For free. Yeah.
He sells. I think he sells like compost and stuff too.
Okay.
I mean, there's a market out there for this.
Yeah, I mean that's all good.
There's a market out there. But how long have we been going?
I don't know, man.
Hour.
Are you serious?
We've gone an hour and 5 minutes.
Time flies.
Time flies. I think we'll end it.
I mean, Joe Rogan goes for like 3 or 4 hours sometimes.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Not really 3 or 4 hours.
Okay, have you listened to his podcast? There's this forget his name. He's an artist.
Okay, I don't think so.
And
mostly he has a lot of hunting people on. Steve
does.
Ranella, I have those guys.
This guy is an artist. I can't remember his name, but he's a multimillionaire. He's made millions off of his art. And he's a world traveler, this and that. Very interesting podcast.
Yeah.
And of course, you had Dr. Phil on.
Oh, really? I haven't heard that one.
Oh, it's an old one, yeah.
Classic.
But anyway, this artist guy, he went like 5 hours. 5 or
Are you
6.
serious?
I'm not kidding you with this guy.
Oh, man.
I mean, insane.
I wonder what the longest podcast on Spotify is.
Oh, I'm sure they've done like 24-hour
as a podcast.
Or something.
That's what I usually listen to this on, by the way, is Spotify.
Yeah, and I thought there for a while. Yeah, I thought there for a while, like I'll get an Apple Podcast, but I think I will eventually. I say we will eventually, but for now, I'll just keep Spotify.
Is that the only place it is right now? Is
Spotify and YouTube?
Oh, YouTube.
I mean, you can listen, aka watch, if you want.
Where's most of your listenership? Oh, really?
Believe
YouTube
it or not,
Spotify.
which is actually I would kind of like to see the opposite.
Right.
I want more people. So yeah, if you want to listen to this, you can watch it and listen to it on Spotify. We have the video. You can watch it on Spotify, but people for some reason prefer to do it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Which is I guess fine, but I prefer Spotify.
Yeah, I like just keeping everything. I mean, obviously I watch a lot of YouTube too.
Right.
But most of the time I listen most of it. I don't usually watch.
Podcasts are meant to be listened to. That's what they are.
I mean, I do it while I'm like mowing the yard or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's what I do. I listen to podcasts when I'm
or driving around.
And it's usually Joe Rogan or it's This Past Weekend with Theo Vaughn. You're checked his out.
Yeah, Theo's hilarious.
He's a funny.
I haven't listened to his podcast much, but I've just seen him on other podcasts.
And I listened to the Duck Commander.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
They got a new show out. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen the trailer for it. So
I watched one. It was kind of funny.
The Duck Commander, they have Phil Robinson has a podcast called Unashamed.
Yeah,
I basically have
once or twice,
and I've listened to it a lot.
Yeah,
I listened to it actually quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
At least I tune into one at least once every week, 2 weeks, and then they have called Unashamed, which is basically like a Bible study type stuff.
Yeah,
and I love
he preaches on there,
and I love Phil Robinson. I really like Jace Robinson too.
Yeah,
but then they have another podcast with remember Martin from the show.
Yeah,
and Cy Robinson.
Okay.
They have their own podcast. It's not as Bible study oriented or anything. It's just more like a normal podcast with it. Talk about hunting.
Okay, I'm going to have to check the one out. I didn't know they had that one.
They have Godwin on there from time to time.
Remember what that one's called?
I don't, but I'll look it up. I think I'm subscribed to him on YouTube.
No worries.
Dude, almost an hour and 10 minutes. Okay. So
yeah, sorry.
Dude, no. We'll end it here. No, we can go.
Time to go ride scooters.
Yeah. What time is it? Oh, we got plenty of daylight. We'll just take a ride on the scooter just around the block. But thanks for listening. Number 13 podcast. Appreciate it.